Well, there's something about riding sundown, and well, on this one particular evening, I decided to go out and just take a ride on the bike. So come along with me as I cruise along from place to place in an October ride in Ohio on a full moon night as the sun sets and the darkness starts to surround us. Tucked away across Ohio are dozens of small hidden cemeteries. Some are well kept, others just a handful of leaning stones, lost among the trees. Each one has its own story, and on nights like this, you can almost feel those stories trying to reach out.
Finding these old graveyards, pretty cool to be able to get out and see these things. Some of these are pretty old. This one I believe is known as the Boyer Cemetery. And people mow it and they leave things on it, but there's a lot more that's left behind here than meets the eye. Here at Poplar School and Cemetery. This was once an elementary school. The desks and things are still in there. It's really eerie. The graveyard is just off to the left of that there, and it's a pretty eerie thing. Strange thing was I've got an Osmo this camera sets on, and as I got into the cemetery, the Osmo didn't want to work. It was spinning in circles and flipping and tossing and just not having a good day being over there. So it seems that I get away from there and the Osmo works okay. So I don't know, maybe there's something over there that didn't want me to film. For what it's worth, it's a very peaceful cemetery, and that school is, it's as if it was trapped in time because you can go inside and the school desks are there. There used to be a potbelly stove. I think that was removed, but it's just as if the class left 100 years ago. And these gravestones that are over here are all marked in the mid-1800s, so, 150 years ago. So I'm no mathematician, so don't count me on that. But anyway, it's been pretty strange going through this cemetery and the Osmo going crazy. But we're going to leave this one and we're heading to another one. And you can't see it now because the moon is covered with clouds, but it is a full moon tonight and it's a harvest moon, so it's supposed to be brighter than normal. And well, so the farmers could harvest by the moon. They would harvest all day and all night. Now they've got a little bit of different equipment and don't need to, but rain's coming tomorrow, so the dry season's going to be gone. The farmers got to get what they got. So let's head to the next one.
I started filming, my gimbal began to act up, swinging and twitching like it had a mind of its own. No wind, no reason, just movement. And then the sounds began. Branches breaking in the woods, walnuts falling from the trees, soft, distant voices. Or maybe just the wind pretending to be one. I can't say for sure. Most of these graveyards date back over a century. Names carved in stone, some so worn down they can barely be read. The moonlight glows across headstones, and for a moment, it's as if time itself slows down. You can almost picture the people who once stood here, their stories fading with each passing season. There's a strange peace in these places, but there's also something else, a heaviness that's hard to describe. Maybe it's just the silence, or maybe when you walk among forgotten souls, they remember you too. If you listen closely, you might hear what I heard. If you look closely, you might see what I missed. Let me know in the comments if anything catches your eye, because sometimes the camera sees what the human eye can't. As the moon climbed higher, I kicked the bike back into gear. I rode off through the empty country roads. Just me, the hum of the engine, and the feeling that maybe I wasn't riding alone.
I don't have much time to get out of my gear, so you're going to see me in my helmet and everything. But we're out here at this cemetery, which it's hard to see because it's now dark, and we're not supposed to go up there after dark. But you can see on this side over here, the moon is coming up through the trees, which is pretty cool. So riding down this old country road at nighttime is a pretty cool thing. And the eerie feel you get is you still feel like something's watching you from up here. And I get goosebumps every time I gander up there because it feels like something's here. And the odd thing about cemeteries is cemeteries are really not haunted because what's buried there. They're haunted because of what's come here after loved ones were buried. So people come in here and they mourn the loss of their loved ones. So it's not the buried that are up here haunting the cemetery. It's those that came and mourned at the site. Their emotions were high and it carries on with them. So here's another one. Let's see if we can catch one more before it gets way too dark. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. Feels really strange. Every once in a while I hear noises and, you know, like a walnut or a hedge apple fall in the woods. Here comes another car, see if there's any light up on here. It's these distant graveyards that are the spookiest. And on a night like tonight, when you got the full moon coming out on one side of the road and the sun setting on the other, it's just got this autumn feel in the air. You can only hope that people visit these graves, the restless souls that are in here. I admit, it's spooky being out here by myself. I hear a noise and I don't know what it is. Try to justify what it is in my head. I've got the full moon rising over my shoulder here, and it's a pretty cool night. And I'm pretty lucky because not many things occur out here in the middle of nowhere, but it's kind of a desolate road, and I'm standing in a graveyard, and just kind of wanted to share some of the visuals and sounds that I see and hear when I'm out here, because sometimes it's unsettling, but for the most part, it's a thrill to kind of come out here and see some of these older gravestones and realize that there was a life represented there, and many generations later they're forgotten. So do the best you can to get out and pay respects to your relatives. And well, this is Ohio Jimbo, and until next time, if I don't see you out there, I'll see you in here.
If you enjoyed this ride into Ohio's haunted history, hit that like button, subscribe, and ride with me again on the next adventure, because out here, under the full moon, the road is never truly empty. This is Ohio Jimbo. And if I don't see you out there, I'll see you in here.
I did it again. That time you saw it. So maybe it's time we stop messing around with things. Woo, I got goosebumps on that one. Jeez, oh Pete's. So I'm leaving the cemetery now.